Hi Year 6 and welcome to our Jigsaw lesson for this week. So we are going to continue to look at goals, and today we're going to talk about charting our own success. So how we can see when we've been successful in achieving our goals and what steps we can put in to achieve our goals. So we're going to be reflecting a little bit on what we can do and how we can affect whether our goals get achieved or not. So first of all, I want you to think about how your week has been. So how would you rate your week? Has it been a really good week? Have things been really successful? Has it been a bit of a tough week? Have you found hard getting into learning? Have you found it difficult not being able to go out and do the things that you usually like to do? So kind of think about, just have a moment of reflection, and you can pause the video if you want to talk to somebody at home, or if you want to just have a bit longer to think, and just think, how has the week been for you? How would you rate it? Has it been better than last week, worse than last week? Has some days been better than others? Just have a moment of reflection. It's really good to think about how we're feeling and how things have been going for us. Okay, I hope that it's been a good week, or at least it's been a week that has had good days in it. We're going to focus on the positives now. So it's really, really easy at any time to focus more on the negatives than the positives. And I think especially while we're in lockdown and we're all learning from home and things are all a little bit different, it's really easy to focus on the negatives and the things that we're not able to do and the things that we're missing out on. So I want to reframe that and start today's lesson by thinking about the positives and how many positives can we think of. So we've got these three different categories: I am, I can, and I have. And I want you to think about how many different ways you can end those starters, okay? It's very, very easy, especially with lockdown. It's easy to think about, I can't see my friends, I can't see my grandparents, I can't play for my football team, I can't go to the cinema. All of those things you can't do. It would be really easy to reflect on that. But we want to give it a positive spin. So the things that we can do and the things that you are and the things that you have, being really positive. So if I give you some examples, I might say, I am good at maths. Okay, I might think I've had a really good week with the fractions thing, or I am really enjoying my book at the moment. I am a good reader. I am, a good friend. Anything like that. I can, well, what can you do? I can FaceTime my mum, in my case. I can FaceTime my friends. I can play with Freya. So anything that you can say, I can write letters to my family. I can FaceTime my family. I can play in my garden. I can, all the things that you can do. I can watch a film, okay? And then I have, I have a supportive family. Or I have my own tablet, which makes me really lucky, and I can do my learning on that. I have lots of books to read. Anything like that. Real positive things, focusing on the positives, what you can do, and how lucky you are with what you do have. So what I want you to do is pause the video and spend as long as you need listing out as many things as you can. I am, I can, and I have. And then come back to the lesson. Okay, hopefully that has helped you to think a bit positively, and I hope that you've got big long lists or mind maps of all the different things I am, I can, and I have. And even when you start to feel a bit fed up or grumpy about lockdown or about home learning, it might be really helpful to think about these kind of things. If learning's feeling really tough one day, you might think about the things that you can do or the things that you are good at. If you're feeling fed up and it's raining and you can't get in the garden and you can't do anything that's fun, well, what can I do? I can watch a film, or I can play with my brothers and sisters. I can play with my dog, whatever, okay? So let's try to frame things a little bit more positively. Let's look back now at the goals that you set yourself last week. So if you followed the lesson last week, you were asked to set 3 goals for the week ahead. And I've seen some of them. Some people were setting goals like, I aim to complete all my home learning every day, or I aim to get up early every day, or I aim to go outside once a day, I aim to do half an hour of exercise every day. Lots of lovely goals for the week. So spend a moment, if you've got them written down somewhere and you can grab them, then do, or if they're in your head, then great. Pause the video and look at each goal and decide, did you achieve it or not? And if not, perhaps why not? Okay, so hopefully you've achieved them all, but don't worry if you didn't. If you've achieved any of them, then that's a fabulous achievement and you should be really proud of yourself. I want you to think about and reflect the ones that you did complete, any that you did complete, what enabled you to be successful? So did you have to do anything different? Did you have to get some help from a member of your family? Did something have to change, or did you have to put something in place that could ensure that you did achieve your goals? If you wanted to get up early every morning, did you have to make sure you set an alarm and then wake up when your alarm went off, for example? Were there any barriers to achieving your goals? So any of those ones that you didn't manage to achieve, what do you think it was that stopped you? Was it that some kind of circumstance, something happened that you didn't expect and therefore you weren't able to do it? Like you said you were going to get out every day and one day it was pouring down with rain and so you didn't get out, for example. Or were there any barriers within yourself? Like, actually, I said I was going to do all my learning every day, but on Wednesday I felt really grumpy and I didn't want to do it. And so I said I wasn't going to do anything. And actually, by the time I started, I only got one lesson done. So just have a think to yourself, or write down, pause and write down if you want to, what enabled success and what were the barriers. Okay, it's really good to be able to think and reflect on that in order to be able to set new goals. So you might want to try and set yourself some goals for each week, especially during lockdown, because it's quite good to have things to work towards because it's a difficult time. We're going to go on now to finish the lesson thinking about long-term goals. So instead of just goals that you're going to do next week that are quite easy to achieve, that you can make a little change for next week, which are brilliant, we're going to think about goals maybe for the future, for maybe when you leave school and you grow up, what your goals and your hopes are, or something else for the rest of this school year or before you go to secondary school. So I want you to try and think about a long-term goal that you have. So it might be a school-based goal, like you might want to complete your timetable grid in under 5 minutes. I know lots of you have got so much quicker since September and people have been aiming to get under 10 and then you can aim to get under 5, or you might be aiming to just get them all right. Might not be something you've got yet. It might be something like reading the whole of the Harry Potter series or another series of books. Some people are working through series with 5, 6, 7 books in, and that might be your goal for the end of this school year, for example. It might be that it's something based around a hobby or a talent that you do outside of school. It might be passing a dance exam or a music exam. It might be winning the league with your football team once we're able to play again. Anything like that. And I want you to pick one goal. Okay, so you might want to spend a moment now, pause the video, list a load of different things and then pick one to focus on, or you might just have one that you can think of. So either way, pause now, either chat with someone if there's someone there with you, or have a think and note down all the different goals you could choose and then decide on one, and we're going to take that one forward. Okay, so thinking about the goal that you have picked, we're now going to think about what you can do to enable success with your goal, towards your goal. So if you've picked, for example, completing your timetable grid in under 5 minutes, what would your steps be? Your steps might have to be practice my timetables a little bit every night, print off some timetable grids to practice it in that way. Get focused on the day when I actually take them. So make sure nothing's distracting me so that I can do it as quick as I can. For example, the things that you'll need to do to eventually see success. Your task then, you can download the template. We're going to use a totem pole template. So a totem pole looks like this. And it is like a big carving, a big kind of monument celebration that some places have. And it's really, really tall, made of wood like this, okay? And you've got a template like that. It's in the documents on the website. Again, if you can't print, it really doesn't matter because you can just do it on a piece of paper. So this template has a space. You're going to think what your goal is. You might want to just write that along the top, your goal, so that you don't lose focus of it. In the top part, you need to put how I will know I have achieved my goal. So what will happen for you to know that you've been successful? For example, passing that exam, completing the grid in under 5 minutes, whatever. Then you've got 3 steps to success. So what are those things that you're going to do along the way? And then in the wings, you need to put strengths to help you. So qualities that you need to show to be able to be successful. So it might be resilience. It might be taking responsibility for it. Okay, maybe some of our values there coming out. It might be, if we think back to the getting up early in the alarm clock thing, that would be responsibility, wouldn't it? Take your own responsibility to set your alarm clock, for example. So here's a worked example I've done for the goal of improving my handwriting. So if my goal was improve my handwriting, in this part, how I will know I've achieved it, I'm going to put, I'll get a handwriting certificate once we're back in school. Then my 3 steps to success: choose a pen that I like writing with, practice my handwriting regularly, and when I choose to do home learning, I'm going to choose writing on paper rather than writing on the computer, because maybe sometimes I type it up, and I'm going to make sure that I make most of the opportunities to practice. And strengths I might need, I'm going to need some resilience. I'm going to need to take responsibility for it myself. You might want to seek advice. That might be a strength. Go and find someone for advice. Ask somebody who's at home, does my handwriting look neat? Is this better than last time? Can you give me some advice on making it better, for example? Send it over to me. What does the handwriting look like? Is this good? Is this what you want to see? Would this achieve a certificate? So seeking advice, getting help, that would be a strength as well, because we don't have to do things all by ourselves. So that's what you're going to go off and do independently now. You're going to decide on your goal and your steps to success and the strengths and qualities you are going to need in order to meet that. I would love to see and hear about what your goals are, so please send them over once you are done. Have a really good weekend, and I will see you next time.